Hey guys, it's Blixie here. Today I'm switching it up a little bit. I had an entire video done and edited, and while it was rendering, the entire file got corrupted, and an entire 30-minute video is down the drain now. So don't worry, I will be still making a video in the beta world, but I want to get my bearings straight for a little bit and get some things going so I can come back and make a fresh video with that. I did make a tree farm and a dock. That's pretty much about it that happened in the video, but you guys will see that when we get back to the beta world. Funnily enough, during that video, I had actually talked about this world, and I mentioned how I would like to make videos in this world, but most of the time I've been just keeping it to myself, kind of just playing it here and there. I figured, you know what, why not? I will play this to have more content and all around just enjoy the old Minecraft. Now also, a few things have changed since my last video. I have been using my microphone on my headset, and while the quality's fine, I figured I have like an actual microphone and I would use that, and I think it sounds a lot better, and I hope that you guys think the same. But I also want to say thank you very much for the support on my last two videos. I really appreciate it a lot, especially your comments. They're very nice, and I always love reading comments, so thank you guys for that. I hope you guys enjoy, and we can just relax. So I haven't gotten too much done in this world, just a lot of mining, and started building a castle over here. This is a snow world, as you could tell. This is pretty much all I've got going on. 2 towers and 1 wall. I do have entrances in here. No ladder, no way of getting up, but I'll fix that. Like I said, I haven't gotten too much done, just basically a lot of mining. I have this strip mine down here that I've been mining in for a while, but I've been kind of just digging everything out. Figured just have one big thing. I need a lot of cobblestone, especially for this castle that I want to build, so I figured why not, I could just clear out an entire space instead of just strip mining. But I still do that, but for now, when I need cobblestone, I just mine this stuff out. I also enjoy this version a lot. It's a lot different than beta. You know, tool durability works a lot differently, and this is the update, I think, right before they added the nether. Yeah, it's still got a lot of features. It does have shifting, so you can sneak, but other than that, this one's a lot more bare bones than beta is. I also am digging on the wrong level. I should be digging up here, but I am digging one down. It's okay though. I like to mine a lot more though in this version. I find it a lot more therapeutic than any other version. I don't know why. I think it's more because this version's a lot more bare bones, and specifically like designed to mine. Like, you have to mine. I use a lot of stone pickaxes too in this version, just because they're so much cheaper, and like I said, all the durability is the same for every tool that you have, so I figured why not. It takes a little bit longer, but I'd rather have something cheap and I can keep making than waste it on diamonds. Of course, I do have an iron pick, but that's because, I mean, you gotta mine some ore still with iron. There are no beds in this version either, so every night you kind of just have to ride it out, and it gets very dark too. Got some cobblestone smelting. I need more stone for these walls, but I think right now I want to extend this wall just a little bit. I do at some point want it to start curving, but I'm not too sure how to do that exactly. So I think I got a good, at least rough idea on how to do this curve. It's just gonna be like a gradual kind of just round edge right here. Still kind of experimenting. One thing that I do have to mention too about this version, and I was gonna talk about it in my beta video, is shift clicking and being able to like drag and click everything. That I never realized on how much of a awesome addition that is to the game. You know, I always take it for granted. I never use it, especially playing this version. Everything's a lot slower, but I like that a lot too, because, you know, you slow your pace down and it truly makes you sit back and enjoy the game. And then I think I'm gonna have this come out one like this, and then start to repeat the wall on the other side. All right, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's not bad for a little curve. I actually like that a lot. Let me get rid of this pillar. I usually suck at building. Like my building skills aren't too bad, but a lot of times I'm a little terrible. But this, I like this, definitely. Now we're gonna get some stone on the inner wall. Perfect. That looks great. I'm really happy with how this turned out, actually. I think that's perfect. And then we can continue the wall this way. Progress on these walls is coming along pretty good. I think this is actually the quickest I've ever kind of put something up. I mean, these walls are going to be two layers thick because you're going to be able to walk all the way across these. But I think this looks really good so far. All right, I do, however, need to go get more smooth stone. I had left some smelting before I came over here and started building. Perfect, got a full stack. I'm also gonna take some of this wood that I have and make some ladders. Man, in this version, they use up a lot more material than they do in modern day. That many sticks for one ladder is crazy, but I'll get them all put in this, at least one of these towers. At least I can skip a block, you know? Alright, just want to get the stone put in here on this side of the wall. Sweet. This is actually really coming out good. I know I keep mentioning that, but I think this looks really good. Kind of impressed with my building skills. Now, I do want to come over here and extend this wall over here. And just enough slabs for that. Gonna have to make some more. I like in this version though how you can just use cobblestone for them. You don't gotta smelt up a bunch of stone. Makes it a little bit easier. Now this is coming along very nicely. I like having this extended this way. I think I also am gonna take this out one more and then have it curve. I do want this castle to be pretty big. I just want to get rid of this little mound right in front of the castle. I hate destroying the land. I think this is right in the way of the castle. I think go down one more. Even it out. That's a lot better. I feel like now this area is a lot more open and you can see. I'm really liking the way everything's turning out so far. Even in my beta world, I like how fast I've been building things up, and I just feel like I've been progressing pretty good. This one too, I feel like I've been progressing a lot. Even though this pace is a lot slower than any other version of the game, I enjoy it a lot. Just look at that. I can't get over how well that wall is looking. I love how I did the curve too over there. But like I said, I think I'm gonna extend this wall one this way and then finally have it start curving over. I need to put another tower in, and I think I'm honestly gonna put one in right there, a little after the curve. Just collecting some wood. Gonna burn these down. I usually carry a flint and steel on me always to burn these trees down. The way leaves work in this version is a lot weirder than modern day. And just like that, they're gone. I'm trying to replant trees too as much as I can. Because other than that, there's only trees that are that far. I like them to have them a little bit closer. Like I said, I had just made a tree farm in beta, and I'm thinking I might have to make one in here too. I'm gonna collect all this wool. But I got a decent amount of wood now, and I'm just gonna use this to make some ladders just to finish off the inside of those towers. Perfect. This should be enough to complete these towers. At least I hope it's enough. I actually want to see. I'm not too sure if trapdoors are in this version or not. They aren't. I was almost pretty sure that they weren't, but I just wanted to double check. But yeah, just get these placed up here. So now I have easy way of getting to the top. Alright, so all the ladders are done now. So this makes these feel a little bit more complete. I am still not too sure what I want to do with these windows. I originally was going to put fence posts here, but in this version you can't stack them on top of each other. So I'm kind of lost on what to do. I might just leave them open, but I also thought about maybe putting glass in here, but glass might be, I don't know the word for it, too nice for a castle. I'm not entirely sure, but I wanna fill them. They would be fine empty, but I think I might try to put some glass in there. But we gotta find some sand, and that's gonna be a little bit difficult, especially in a world like this. I'm recording this video too before I have to go to a family event. I always happen to record right before I have to do things. I don't know why I do it. I think I just feel like I could squeeze a little bit out before I have to do stuff, but I always end up having to do stuff right after I'm done recording. Kind of match this up with the other side now. Like I said, I'm gonna make these walls 2 layers thick, but for now, I'm just at least gonna get the outside ones done. I still have a little bit of more cobblestone left, so I think that I am going to extend this wall over and do the curve, like I said. Alright, well there's that curve done. Now, all I need to do is smelt up some more stone and I can fill this in, no problem. Alright, now while I wait for all that other stuff to smelt, I'm gonna continue the wall this way. I did notice a small problem, is that this mountain is right here, but I actually don't think that'll be too much of a big deal because it'll end right here and I could have the tower right here and have it incorporated with the land. I don't want to change up the land too much and I kind of want everything to be built around it like a normal castle would be. Don't think this is going to be as big of a problem as I was originally thinking. Now there is a cave right here. And I'm debating whether or not I go down and explore it or I just try to cover it up. I think right here I'm going to cover it up, but I'll leave the other side open, so on the off chance that I do want to go explore that, it's still available. Just going to get some torches up here too to start lighting it up a little bit more. Now I am completely out of slabs, so I have to make some of those really quick. And while I make those, I'm going to grab that stone that I have smelting in there. Make quite a bit of these. Okay, now, again, while I'm waiting for that stuff to be done smelting, I am gonna come around and place torches. I did notice, too, that I had placed a torch wrong over there, so I'm gonna go fix that. Alright, so now, that looks pretty good. Now, like I said, I'm thinking that I want to get some glass for these windows. I am a little bummed out about the fence posts, but, you know, it's a blessing and a curse to play older versions of the game. Now, I don't know where I can find any sand. I don't know how far any little pond was, but let me see if there's some sand below here. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty hard to find some sand. In these older versions, not a lot of sand spawns around little lakes and ponds and stuff like that. So it's mostly just dirt. I honestly think that's going to be a lost cause. Just leave the windows empty and stuff like that. Now, walking back, I do realize that I built not insanely far away from spawn, but I built a decent chunk away from spawn. And I think if I ever die, I truly don't know how I'm going to find our base. I almost do want to find spawn at some point. It's a lot harder in this game to pinpoint where 0-0 is and like spawn points, but it is possible, and I think I do at some point want to try to find the spawn, mark out where 0-0 is, and have some builds over there. Maybe have a rail going there, because in this version there's not really any fast way to travel besides rails, and they work a lot differently than they do in beta or even modern day. Obviously, definitely want to do something with rails. I think that would be cool. Have like a big minecart go right it through here and have like a little station. Now I'm just thinking, after I have these walls done, I really have no plan for the interior, but I do think that I want to build a big tower. I don't want it to be insanely high, but I do think I want to have a multiple floor tower and place it right in here somewhere. And that's where I'll keep all my storage, smelting, and everything like that, and be kind of home base. And then everything else will be part of the castle. Alright, this is almost done smelting. I have a full stack now, and I'm going to try to knock out the rest of these walls. Alright, so I need a lot more smooth stone than I thought I did. That one stack got me this part of the wall done and some of this done, so I just need a little bit more. But as you can see, I'm running very low on cobblestone. I'm gonna have to go mining soon. Man, I love the way these old Minecraft nights used to look, how big the stars were, especially with the snow falling. It just felt such a different way. And I think that's what I find really comforting and relaxing about these versions. You know, there's no grind. There's nothing you have to really worry about. Just collect materials, build, and pretty much survive. The OG sandbox game. Alright, I'm just gonna get what I can placed in here. At least try to. Really not that much more, but at least we're getting there. In a little bit, I think I am gonna go mining. I actually think that's what I'm gonna prepare to do right now. Man, that's such a weird glitch in these older versions. It even happens while you're sneaking, too. The sound has to catch up with all your movement. It's kind of funny. Okay. Well, now that leads me on to the next thing that I wanted to say. Sometimes these old versions can be pretty creepy. It's just very liminal, you know, especially with the old lighting and how around this period of time back then, all the stuff was going around with Herobrine and all that stuff. Especially these cave noises. I don't blame people for being kind of spooked to play this game. Like things like that, just looking across and not knowing what could be around the corner. I think that's pretty freaky, but it also adds charm to the game, you know what I mean? A very different feeling. I feel like back then it was a little more cartoony. Now they're trying to be a lot more like real life. And while I respect it and I love all those features, I do think that this, you know, the base game at its core is supposed to be just this. You know, sandbox game, you can do whatever you want, have no limitations. But now I feel like that's surrounded by a lot of grind sets. Man, mining some of these materials in this version is just abysmal. It should not take that long to mine redstone. I do at some point want to try to work with redstone in this version. There's a lot less stuff than what I would work with in like beta 1.7.3. I still want to do redstone in that world too, but I find it interesting to try to figure out how things work in this version. That's how I was saying, like the rails, it's a lot different. There are no powered rails. You have to use minecart boosters, and I think the mechanics on that are pretty cool and pretty interesting to try to figure out. Alright, so I just blasted through a decent sized chunk of this wall in here. I think I'm going to finish up just these two layers, and then after that I will go back up and try to continue doing what I can with the castle. Alright, well, that's the last of my pickaxes. I got a decent amount, just a few stacks here and there. I definitely, at some point, want to just grind out and mine out a bunch of cobblestone so I don't really have to worry about it for too long. but I got through a decent sized chunk of down here. Eventually I am going to go strip mining again, just so I can up my resources on coal and other stuff like that. I think this is a decent amount. I also need to get this iron. I've been leaving it here, and I know that's going to bother me and a lot of other people watching, but I also want to extend this mine and add some stairs. Stairs work a lot differently, and they're very weird in this version, but I think just a basic staircase down would be fine to do. All right, collect the rest of that. I think while I'm at it, I'm just going to throw 2 stacks in here just to get this stuff smelted so I have it. All right, so that's it for this side of the wall, and upon finishing it, I just realized that I have messed this up, but this is an easy fix. This is no big deal. It'll just take 2 seconds to correct. All right, fixed. I also noticed something else was a little weird with these top little pillar things, but I'll fix that another time. I'm not too worried about that. I do, however, want to get started on making another tower. Probably get started with this side first before I do anything with that side. It's the most easiest and most open spot to do it. But yeah, like I said, I think that I'll have one more tower right here and then continue the wall outwards that way. And I think I want to have it wrap around a little more this way, so this courtyard's a lot more open and I have more space to put that tower, like I was saying. Just grabbing some more materials for this tower. I'm gonna put it over there like I was saying. It's just gonna be like these ones, nothing too fancy. I do have a decent amount of stone though now. I'm gonna make a couple more slabs though. All right, got those made up, and I think I'm just gonna start cracking away at this tower. All right, I'm not too sure how high up I made these, but I'm just gonna do what I think I did over there. I just realized that I left windows over here, and there's going to be a wall right here. But that's no big deal. I'll fill them up really quick and get that situated. Oh! Okay, that was scary. Jesus. I also made this accidentally 1 block taller. Just get rid of that. All right, so that's the 3rd tower done. Following the same design as the previous ones. I haven't done anything with the interior yet, but I do think that I am gonna quickly add in a door and a floor and some ladders to get up to the top here. All right, well, that's that tower done. I got the ladders on the inside now, and I got a door up over there. So now it's connected to this wall. This castle's turning out pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed with how fast I'm putting this up, especially how long it takes to collect all this cobblestone and stuff too in this version. But I think that this looks great. And I love that curve. I love how I did the curves. I think it turned out pretty good. I do think that is going to be it for this video. I have to get a few things done, and I go back to school tomorrow. Tomorrow's the end of my spring break, so I kind of have to get some assignments and stuff done once I get back. So, but don't worry, I'm going to try to stay frequent with my uploads, especially on this world and the beta world. I think my next plan is to finish that tower over there, and then I want to start on the big tower right there. I think that's my next project for at least this world, so I can move away from here and get stuff started in there, and I think that'll be cool. But I appreciate you guys very much for watching, and I appreciate all your support on the last couple videos. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.